But we're not going to go there. We're going to go and talk about much better things. And what a perfect episode to bring back our resident Atlanta fan. Caden Clark, man. Caden Clark, 17 years old, put a dagger in big fancy MLS's hometown baby, Atlanta, in his first MLS debut. Casually, and I'll say casually, just walks out on the field, signed 4 hours ago, gets the start, 45 minutes into his debut, ball pops up to him, and he hits a first-time volley right into the bottom corner. Brad Guzan cries like a little baby, as he always does when things go in his goal, because he sucks, because we don't like him. But let's break it down. Let's break down Caden Clark's MLS debut, starting with the numbers. And I will be honest with you. If you went and looked at the score sheet right now and looked at his box score, his numbers look awful. 1 shot on goal from 1 shot, 9 out of 14 passes completed, no key passes, no dribbles, no tackles. Like it almost looks like he didn't exist outside of the 1 goal he had. But if you watch the game, anybody who watched the game knew that there was a really bright future ahead of this guy, and there is a reason. And it's because he was doing stuff that we haven't seen pretty much all year. And he was looking to make passes, which I know is crazy for a pro player to look to pass the ball. But that's what he did. He walked into that midfield and tried to be a connecting piece. And you can tell the first 15 minutes he was all over the place. He was like, I got to get into the game. I got to hit people. I got to do whatever. He calmed down. He got into the game. And you saw him start picking his head up and trying to find these split passes, these through balls. And that is something we haven't seen all year, because Kaku does it a little bit. But most of the time, Kaku's trying to chase and pick up a second ball and then play it in. He went in and got the ball from the back line and went forward with it, which is something we haven't seen yet. And granted, as we saw in the numbers, sometimes it doesn't come off. Sometimes he doesn't put the right ball through. But the vision and the ideas that he had were so much better than things that we have seen in the past, we'll say 2 months, right? He's not content with being let's just kick the ball really long, pick it up, and then see where we can go from here. He wants to get in, connect, make intelligent passes, get good people into good spaces, and make high-quality chances. And that's what is something that I'm super excited to see how he goes on, because I can see him being very, very successful. Brendan Aronson-like. That's the comparison I'm going to make here is young, really, really smart, and really, really good vision. That's the comparison I'm making just after the first 60 whatever minutes he played. The other thing that I really, really liked about it was once he settled down, like that 15 minutes passed, once he settled down, he looked like he's been there for years. When you put a 17-year-old on the field, all they want to do is run and hit and kick far, and it's like their head's fuzzy. After that 15 minutes, he settled down and just started making these little combination passes, turning out of space, connecting sections and all these things that you don't expect out of a kid who's 17 years old, who just played his first, couple of professional games down at Red Bull 2. Like, it's just, he's a different breed than some of the other guys that we brought up recently. And it's really exciting to see, because if you can put him and Kaku together with a striker that has some sort of talent like BWP had, this kid's going to have 15 assists a year for however long we can keep him, so long as we have somebody who can finish. Now, granted, Brian White's still kind of hurt, so once he gets back, we'll talk about it. Right, Adam? He's shaking his head.
I'm just not going to say anything.
Once we get somebody there with genuine quality, right? Genuine quality. We talk about not playing Royer there. I'm not a big fan of this Tete guy yet. I don't think he's really shown anything. Granted, he's been playing at the 10 spot every time he's gone in, which I don't get. But I think we get somebody. I think if Philwell can connect some things and bring in one really high-quality young striker who can actually play the game, this might be a very Tyler Adams-esque player who is the key difference maker. With Caceres behind him and him in front, these guys are going to be like Tyler Adams and Question, or Tyler Adams and or Dax McCarty and Question, Tyler Adams and Kaku. That sort of win the ball, give the ball up, let him make the plays. That's all you got to do. And that's what I'm really excited for. If you can play them both together, oh, it's going to be so exciting. Now let's talk about the goal a little bit. 47th minute. Let's set the scene. It's the 47th minute. You're playing away at a very, very hyped up stadium. Granted, no fans in there, but it's a hyped up stadium. You know the atmosphere that you're usually playing in. It's your first game. You just signed your contract. Then a ball comes flying through the air towards you. It's dropping right at your feet. And instead of trying to take it down and make a pass like you probably – because you don't want to try and rip a volley and shank it and make yourself look stupid at 17, right? You usually want to take it down and see what you can do with it. This kid steps up and takes a full volley. Not even he doesn't let it bounce. Just takes it straight out of the air. Puts a full volley straight towards goal and right in the bottom corner. The fact that he's that confident at 17 in his first game, 4 hours after signing, that is only good for what we can expect in the future because we can tell that he's never going to back down from anything. Again, very Tyler Adams-esque where it doesn't matter how old you are. If you can play, right? That's a saying. So this kid is ready to step up to the challenge, and physically he'll still need to get there, right? And I think we could see that when he played. Physically, he's getting bumped off the ball. People are a little bit faster than him, whatever. But his brain is there. So if he can catch it, if his body can catch up to his brain, this kid is going to be very, very dangerous very, very soon. And just to round it off, RBNY bought his rights from Minnesota for $75,000. And people were losing their mind, like, why would we pay so much for this kid? He came through our academy system, blah, blah, blah. This kid, and you can mark my words on this kid, by the time he is 20, is going to make a big multi-million-dollar move to a Euro club. And we're going to get a good sell-on fee for him, just like Tyler Adams did. $75,000, nobody's going to even bat an eye to. This kid is going to follow that footstep. And you can mark my words.
I find it interesting that you labeled it as a Euro club as opposed to a Red Bull club, because we know he's just going to end up at another Red Bull club.
Yeah. So I wonder if he'll follow, like, genuinely just follow Tyler and just go straight to Germany, or if they'll try and get him in, Belgium or something. Because I think he could probably fit in those shoes pretty well. But I think he's got a real bright future ahead of him. Just watching the way that he thinks at the age he's at, it will only develop from here. That's what I'm thinking.